Everyone has the possibility to unlock something very, very special about him or herself. If you would want something out of that potential, then it would be good now, this upcoming year. Adopt your personal plans in accordance that those possibilities would be able to come true. It's the awareness to realize there's the chance right now. Go for it.
Here are 10 tools from Master Shi Heng Yi in an all-new, never-seen-before video. Today's video was made possible at mulliganbrothers.com, where all the profits from the website, from the t-shirt sales and the journal go back into creating this content. This is what gets our film crew to people like Master Shi Heng Yi. This video, these 10 tools that you can use today will change your life if used correctly. And if you want to support Master Shi Heng Yi and the Shaolin Temple Europe, head over to shaolin.online. But before that, let's dive into the video. How important is it to have mentors or masters or people that we can learn from and take knowledge from?
It's impossible to walk this path only by yourself. Forget it. Everyone has the possibility to unlock something very, very special about him or herself. And it's up to your actions. Ultimately, it's you yourself who also is able to unlock it. The only problem is that sometimes you need the key to unlock it. It's not that you cannot do it. The problem is only you don't know how. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to look. And this is why sometimes in this lifetime you are meeting someone that we call a teacher, that we sometimes call a master. And why is it that we then start to follow that master? Because he has the key. Ultimately, afterwards, after some time, you have received the skills. It was you who put the effort into doing the training, doing the research, doing the work. Ultimately, it was you. But it was him or her that gave you that spark, that gave you that key, that you eventually started doing it. And this is why sometimes you need these people, because they hold the key for you to enter into the next door. If you are looking for external support, you need to find the persons that already solved this problem, that already went through that darkness, that already had been in that darkness. Because if somebody has never been there, what are the answers, what are the solutions this person giving you? From which fundament are they coming? On behalf of which basis? So that means sometimes the answers to such questions, they must come from someone who already had experience in that area. Because all other things are sometimes assumptions, book knowledge, which doesn't mean it's wrong, but it still is quite different. If you are talking sometimes to people where you know they went through something, this is not talk. It's talk from their experience. Continuity. That one is your friend. Repetition is your friend. Not huge jumping. It is the repetition of things that starts to embody something inside of you. And if you have a goal, and if you know what type of skills, which tools you are going to need to make this goal become true, I do think you need to figure out how you're going to get to those skills, first of all, and then make a plan and invest in them. And at least in the Kung Fu training, it is like this, that we say some skills, they come after years of training. You might feel the benefit of a certain skill already pretty soon, but ultimately it's repetition. It's about taking. It's about taking away everything that is in front of a person's eye that has covered up the clear view upon how this world, how your internal nature, how your emotions, your mindset is all connected with each other. So the reason why I talk, which seems like I'm giving out something, no, I'm not giving out. I'm just saying something in order for you yourself to let something fall, to realize for yourself that there was something in the mind, there was a concept, a belief system, a way of thinking inside of you all the time already, that maybe now you realize that one has no fundament anymore. Actually, it is blocking me more than it actually does help me. Because everything inside this monastery from the moment on, when a disciple arrives here, is based upon exactly that type of structure. It is about taking everything away from that disciple. The way of how he's thinking, the way how he is moving, all of this, because once the cup is empty, now it can be filled up again. In the moment where your actions are in harmony with, let's say, some energies, some possibilities that at that point in time are anyway apparent there, something can happen. So that means, let's just assume next year, out of whatever constellation, let's take the star constellations. If the astrologers say, yes, apparently it is time to be able and have some luck and fortune next year, then this is the energetic potential that's out there. It's just there. Now, if it's out there, but the both of us are like just still sitting here and will just remain here, don't put any action into practice. Doesn't matter what type of potential it is going to exist that year, but not for us. Because we are not merging our action, our behavior in accordance to the potential. So what for me personally, all these horoscopes, all that astrology, all that forecast, what they give me is, they give me a view. If you would want something out of that potential, then it would be good now, this upcoming year, adopt your personal plans in accordance that those possibilities would be able to come true. Of course, I appreciate very much if people, let's say, like to hear if I have to say something. Yeah, so if people ask, who is Shi Heng Yi? Okay, it's all nice. Yeah. But at the same time, I still would like to encourage the people to learn and differentiate something. And that is that no matter where you're going, you need to know about yourself. Are you going to that person because you like the person? Or do you like message of that person? What that person, let's say, is representing? Because people change. And people, individuals, are temporary. But universal teachings, sharings, they are timeless. And what I would like for the people to keep in mind is the timeless part. The timeless part, because also my time is going to run out. I don't want people to hang on me. I want people to more invest more and to see there will come another person who will have another interpretation of this type of sharings. Maybe he expresses it in a different way, but it's going to be the same message that he is expressing. And if you realize it's the same message again, that's the right path. Just figure out right now, who else, what else do I need? What is it that is in my hands right now to make that plan come true? Which obstacles do I maybe have to remove? And which other people or other things do I maybe need to take in that idea? And then it starts. If I have some people on my mind, the writing starts, the contacting starts. If I see already, okay, there are a few obstacles right now we need to get rid of, then the daily work goes into, okay, remove the obstacles. And yes, and why I am saying that at the moment I am trusting this process so much, that I'm trusting that idea so much that it will become real, is because I'm clear of my intentions. And as arrogant as it sounds, but I do think that this intention is very much in line of what I think this world is needing right now. It's about opening the mind, opening the body, opening the senses, opening your awareness. Why? Because with awareness, everything starts. I need to be aware how many people are in this room. Then I can tell you how many people are in this room. I need to be aware he or she just said something. I think it was meant for me. You need to be aware of this. You need to be aware. All the time I was actually feeling quite comfortable and peace, but in the moment where he or she started to open his mouth, I felt I'm starting to move something inside of me. So it's awareness that opens possibilities up for you. It's the awareness to realize there's the chance right now, go for it. And this is why the beginning, this awareness is a very, very important aspect. And yes, because like I said, sometimes you are finding yourself in the period where you receive a lot of chances, a lot of possibilities. Sometimes you are in the time slot, you're in the time frame, no possibilities there. Just waiting and be happy about what you have. But sometimes those periods come where the possibilities start to add up. And then I think it is important to realize and become aware of them. To be able and take that decision. Are you going to go for it or not? Yeah, but being asleep all the time is difficult. Yeah, and that is the reason you don't want to sleep right now. You want to be awake. You want to be awake and you want to be clear. Being awake and clear. Now your life is in your hands. I take this idea, I look at where would that idea lead if I would now start with that current situation to invest energy in? And so what derives out from that is I'm starting to see pictures, I start to see a vision involving that idea in the future. And this I just do with everything that comes to my mind. And then see it in a bigger perspective of, is that now what I think the monastery, this community, or myself would in any way benefit from in order to make our mission more close to achieve, which means share more. This is how at the moment I'm planning my, let's say, I'm starting my projects. And once I'm clear for myself, this is the one I take. This is the one I take. Then meanwhile, I don't even have doubt that this idea in here will take reality. I don't even have that doubt that it will not take place. Some things you cannot undo, yet there is still the possibility to rebalance things. And there are different ways how you can approach it. For example, by doing a lot of charity work. You did wrong to many people in the past. Now, do something good for many people where you are excluded. Let's say, charity work. Invest some of your time to take care of people that they can benefit from your work energy, let's say. These are very practical ways that in our tradition we also sometimes make use of. Charity work, donating, this is where all of this comes from. Yeah. Because it takes something. It takes something from you in order to live this way of life. Everybody talks about letting go of the self, letting go of the illusion of the ego. Yeah, how? For example, like this. Do something that is not for the benefit of yourself. Invest your lifetime, a few hours, a few days every week, every month, and do something where other people are benefiting from your work. This is what I think is a practical way how that maybe guilt that some people still feel nowadays can be reduced. Before you were taking, now it's time to give. When things are rebalanced, then you can continue on another path again. But before anyone continues, you need to rebalance. Sooner or later, this balance is going to come. The question is if you will be forced to rebalance or if you are able to observe yourself already, see where you are standing and start from there on to directly take it in your own hands to balance what is out of balance.
Thank you so much to the Shaolin Temple Europe and Master Shi Heng Yi for helping to make this possible. Speaking of people who've made this possible, everybody who bought a t-shirt or a journal over at mulliganbrothers.com, I just want you guys to know, all that profit from the sales, from the t-shirts, from everybody who clicked the join button down below, go back into creating this content. That is where we managed to get the funds to get our film crew, our cinema gear, our red cameras, the lighting rigs, everything, and fly around the world or drive it to Germany, wherever it is. That is what makes it possible. So I cannot thank you guys enough. Everybody who supported us on Instagram as well, Thank you for joining the party over there. It's been absolutely crazy. At Jordan Mulligan Brother, at Mulligan Brothers, at Luke Mulligan Brother, at William Mulligan Brother, and at Niamh Mulligan X, if you want to see what we get up to on a day-to-day basis. Have a blessed and productive day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.